So we're going to make a postcard with Pick Collage. So we're going to launch Pick Collage, which we've used before. We're going to go to just a freestyle. And then down the bottom, the first thing we need to do is get the layout right. So if we go to layout and size, the closest size we'll get to a standard postcard is 3.2. So once I've done that, I'm going to click tick, and then I've got to get the photographs that I want to add. So I can just either tap on the screen or down here I can click photographs, and I've already added the photographs that I want. I'm just going to click the tick. It's got 7 photographs and it will randomly put them on there, and I could use that, and that's quite nice. What I can do is if I go to layout, I've got different grids, so I can choose different grids for this. And I can move them around. Now I've got a picture here of my mum and dad and I want them to be in the middle, so I'm just going to grab that picture and move it, and you'll see it'll just swap them around. I can also zoom in and out by pinching and just rotating the images here to make them the size that I want, and again that will be quite good. And when I've finished I can click on the tick, and then I might just add some text. So on the text I'm just going to add text, and I'm just going to put missing you. And I can position that where I want that to go, so I could just put it down the bottom there, and if I wanted to I could just click on the text and edit it, and I could just change the text color or the font. So on the T I could change the font style, the writing style, to one that I like, and if it's too big or too small, if I click onto it I can drag here and resize, or if I drag the little blue box here it will format it onto one line, and I could just leave that there. And again I might just choose to change the text color, so I might choose that to white, see what that looks like. That looks better, and that could be my card. I can click on done, and then I can save that to the library. Okay, so I'm going to do the same again, but I've got a little bit of a twist on it this time. So I'm going to go to freestyle again. I'm going to go and add the photographs. So I'm going to go and add those photographs I had before, and just click to add them. And I'm going to add one of these photographs again, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm just going to choose that one and add that again. And again, if you want to, you can just move these around yourself. You can make your own collage. If you just hold your finger on one of these, you can move it to the back, so you can layer photographs on top of each other. Or as we did before, we can go on to layout, and we can go to different grid patterns, and we can choose a grid pattern that we think suits those photographs. So I'm going to go to this one because I want a picture of my mum and dad in the middle, and as before I can just drag the picture of my mum and dad, swap it there, and they'll go in the middle. Now you can see that I've got this picture of myself and Elaine twice. I'm going to delete one of these, so I'm just going to hold my finger on that one and I'm going to remove it. And I've done that because sometimes when you're putting text onto a collage, the text masks the picture. What I've done now is I've left a gap where I can put some text. So now I can go to text again, and I can put missing you again, and this time I can move that text and position it into that space there, and it'll have a white background so it'll stand out more. And again, if I wanted to I could change the font or the color. I'm going to click on done and save to the library again, and now you can see that the missing you has got a white background and it stands out a little bit more. Okay, we're going to do something slightly different this time. We're going to go to Safari because I'm on an iPad, and we're going to go to a site called remove.bg, which we've used before, and you could do this on a PC or another tablet device. What that allows me to do is remove background images. So I'm going to go to upload, and I'm going to go to my photo library, and I'm going to find a picture. So I'll take the one of my mum and dad, and you'll see very quickly it manages to remove the background. I can then click on download, but because I'm on an iPad I need to look up here, and you'll see there's a little circle and an arrow. If I click onto there, I click onto that image, and then I can download that image by clicking here, and I can save that image to my camera roll where I want it to be. So I can repeat that with the other images, so I can find a different image. So I'll use the one of Elaine this time. Same process, click on the download button, download again, go to the circle with the arrow, click on the image that I want to save to my camera roll, again click on the save icon and save image. If I come out of there now and go to my camera roll, I can see now I've got the two background images that I've just saved. So I'm going to go back to Pick Collage. I'm going to create another collage, just skip the adverts, and this time I'm going to use the picture of my mum and dad as a background. You could use another picture, you could use a favourite picture of theirs, maybe a place they've been to, maybe a picture that you've taken in the garden, some flowers. So I'm going to go to backgrounds this time and click on the photo icon and choose the picture of my mum and dad. And you can see now when I click the tick, that's set that as the background. I can now take the pictures where I've removed the background and start to build up a more complex collage. So I'm going to click onto photos and find the pictures. So if I'll take a picture of me, and you can see I can start to just resize these and move these into different positions. And I'll just find another picture. So I can just alter these and maybe move the angles around a little bit. But you can see how I can start to layer up the pictures and make quite an interesting little collage. So I'm just going to add another picture inside there. So I'll take a picture of Sam. So if I just pop Sam there, if I want to, I can make him just go behind. So if I just hold him again and go to back, I can see now he's poking his head through there, which I think looks a little bit better. And if I just add one more, I can just squeeze that one in the corner there. I might rotate that round a little bit. Just send that to the back. And now I can add some text. So I'm going to go to text again, put missing you again. And I'm going to change the font. And because I've got a bit more space on this picture, I can pop it up there. Now it's just slightly too big, so I'm just going to change that, resize it a little bit. And just to make it stand out a bit better, I'm going to edit the text again. And you'll notice when I do that, I've also got a background colour. So if I click onto the background colour here, I could choose a grey colour. And you can see I can make it stand out a little bit better. So I'll just resize that ever so slightly. Pop that in the corner, and I'm going to save that. So I've now finished my card. I could send this digitally, but I actually want to send this as a postcard. So I'm going to go online and find a provider who does that. People like Moonpig and Funky Pigeon allow you to send your own images on cards through the post. So I'm going to go on to my account, which I've got with Funky Pigeon, and on here I can see there's postcards and photo postcards, and down here this is just a blank one. So I'm going to click onto here, and then from here I can personalize this postcard. And if I click onto the image here, I can add the image that I want. Now it's keen to notice that the postcard size in Pick Collage doesn't quite fit the same one as it does on here. So you can see if I move the image, I'm going to lose a little bit. Now in order to keep the missing you at the top, I'm going to have to just push it into the top corner and lose a little bit at the bottom. Then when I've finished, I can click onto the back. I can add a nice message to my parents, telling them how much I'm missing them, and then post that out to them, and they'll get that through the post within a few days. Click here for the introductory video for this session. Click here for more takeaway challenge videos. And click here to subscribe to our channel and access to all our content.